See that title? I've gone all Shakespeare on your ass. Yeah. I thought it was only since I'd begun writing my book that I had become obsessed with names, but now that I look back at my life, I realise that I've always been a little bit obsessed with names and what people are called and why they're called that. It's no secret that I am very proud of my name. The name Fletcher means a lot to me. I think it's especially because it has a really cool meaning. For those of you that don't know, a Fletcher is someone who makes the feathery bits on the end of arrows. Those feathery bits are called fletchings. So if you trace my family back far enough to like the medieval times, chances are that my family would have literally been Fletchers who made the feathery bits on the end of arrows. I don't know if that's definitely true or not, but I like to believe it is. Factual. Factually accurate, it's way past my bedtime videos, that's what we like. My middle name, Hope, is obviously very self-explanatory, but it's something that I really like because, like, it literally means I can never lose hope because it's in my freaking name. And then there's my first name, Carrie, which I do like. I do know, I said that like I didn't. I do love my first name, Carrie, but it caused me a little bit of trouble when I was in primary school because we read a book called Carrie's War, and for the simple fact that I had the same name, children were terrified of me. I don't want to spoil anything for you about Carrie's War, but the book is set in the Second World War and Carrie is an evacuee and she goes to this house called Druid's Bottom, and she is told that there's this skull in this house, and if it's removed from the house, Druid's Bottom will catch fire and the house will perish. Carrie steals the skull and throws it into a horse pond, and then as she's leaving on the train, she looks down at Druid's Bottom and it's on fire. We watched the movie adaptation in school. Everyone thought I was gonna set them alight for like months on end just because I had the same name as Carrie from Carrie's War, this silly little nit. But I say that and then think about how I react to names. And when I was in school, or like just through my life, if I've met someone who I haven't got along with or who I've perceived to be a not very nice person, if I now meet someone with the same name, there's something in the back of my mind that goes, oh, don't trust them. They're just gonna be like that other person you knew with the same name. And it's ridiculous because they're just a whole different person who has been named that for a whole different reason. And yet, still there's that thing in the back of my mind where I'm like, yeah, but, you know, am I the only one who does this? I really hope I'm not, because it makes me feel like a horrible person. I never, like, act on those prejudices, and, you know, I never, like, discriminate against people because they have certain names. That would be really crap. I was at this horse sanctuary once with my parents. We used to go and visit every few weeks, because you could just walk in and, like, go and, like, pet the horses and stuff. And this woman took some pictures of me with this horse, because I was like a proper emo 14-year-old and I had this really long, beautiful velvet coat. I say that when I was a kid. I just bought a new one a few months ago. I've got a new long green velvet coat, so I've not changed that much, have I? And this woman took photos of me with this horse, and then she was like, oh, I'd love to send you these photos, what's your email address? And so I gave her my email address and my name, and I said, oh, my name's Carrie Hope Fletcher. And she said, oh, I could see you reading the news one day with a name like that. I don't know what that meant. I don't know what that meant. I don't know what that meant. But we do that. We say things like, oh, you could be a superstar with a name like that, or you sound like a librarian with a name like that, which is, it's weird because these names were given to us and everyone before we even developed as a human being. So do we literally live up to our names as we go through life and have people say little things to us like that, and we sort of fill into our names? Or is it this predestined thing where like the universe gives our parents the idea for our name because that's what we have to be called in order to fulfill our rightful destinies? I don't know. But as Shakespeare said, a rose by any other name would smell as sweet, so maybe it just doesn't matter. Maybe we'd all be living exactly the same lives, even if we had very, very different names. The day that I'm filming this, it's Wednesday, and the day that I'm uploading it is Friday, but the day in between, I am turning 23, so I'm technically coming to you from the past right now because I'm 22 at the moment as you watch this, but in real life, I'm 23. Whoa! go. My channel may be absent of videos for a few days because my lovely boyfriend Pete Bucknell, who I will link to in the description, is taking me to Copenhagen for my birthday for 3 days. It's on my bucket list to see the Little Mermaid statue in Langolini Port, and he's taking me to go and do that. Whilst I'm away, I won't upload any videos, but it's only 3 days and I will vlog the whole trip, so there will be a video for you when I get back. Much love and see you soon! But this week, I am going to tell you guys that 3 of my characters, one of them being one of the main characters, are part of the LGBT+ community.